record. I believe we have almost all of the councilors, so let's call the meeting to order, and we'll begin the meeting with a flag salute.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
When people are speaking from your sites at home, there is a lag, and so that makes it a little bit difficult to hear sometimes to coordinate. Anyway, we will begin our council meeting. We've called it to order and the flag salute. Mr. Forrester, are there any additions to the agenda?
No additions today, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. There are no visitors' appearances.
Mayor Eppelman?
Yes.
You'll need to do a roll call.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yep.
Let's do a roll call. Jason Beebe.
Here.
Patricia Youngman.
Here.
Gail Merritt.
Here.
Teresa Rodriguez.
Here.
Janet Hutchison.
Here.
And Jeff Papke. Okay. Jeff has not made it, or else he has his phone muted. So, but we certainly have a quorum. Mr. Forrester is here, and we also have Jared Reed online, our attorney.
And staff?
And staff. Who do we have from staff?
Liz Schutte.
Okay, Liz, thank you.
Eric Kwan.
Eric, thank you.
Dale Cummins.
Dale, thank you.
James Wilson.
Anyone else?
Lisa.
Lisa, okay. Lisa Morgan. Lisa, thank you for joining us. All right. Let's move on. This is going to be an abbreviated agenda because it is a special meeting, so some of the routine things we will not be including. We will forego. We do not have any visitors' appearances and requests submitted to us, so we will bypass that or skip that. Council business, I would like an opportunity at the tail end of the meeting, in this particular meeting, for any of you on the council, if you have any concerns that you want to raise, especially anything you want to be raising to include in the regular council meeting on the 14th, please be ready to respond to that at the close of the meeting, and any other concerns about town that you would like to raise at the tail end of the meeting as well. With that, I'm going to forego staff reports and requests, and the city. Steve, did you have a manager's report of any sort?
No, this is just a special meeting for the 2 agenda items we have there.
Okay,
Yep.
All right. So no committee reports, we have no ordinances, and the next on our agenda is resolution number 1432. And Steve, would you like to address that, or Liz, would you like to address that particular ordinance, resolution, pardon me?
Yes, sir. Liz Schutte, Finance Director, for the record. Good afternoon, Mayor, Councilors. This resolution is to provide municipal financing not to exceed $2.4 million to complete the police facility project, and an amount sufficient to refinance the previous borrowing of $4 million. The city has an existing loan with Commerce Bank, current balance of approximately $3.53 million, with an interest rate of 3.15 and a maturity date of June 2033. The fiscal impact of this financing would be to refinance the loan combination with additional dollars at a lesser rate of interest. It could potentially create significant savings to the city and allow the project to be completely finished rather than phasing. And the recommendation from staff we request that the council approve Resolution 1432, authorizing the city to borrow money to finance the project and pay estimated costs related to the financing, which may be in a principal amount not more than $2.4 million, and authorizes the city to borrow money to refinance the outstanding borrowing to reduce the city's debt service expense or favorably restructure any principal amount that is sufficient to pay the outstanding borrowing of $4 million that is being refinanced, and to pay estimated costs related to that refinancing.
Thank you. One of the primary reasons for bringing this up at this special meeting is we have a very narrow window of time to get this project moving forward, this refinancing moving forward, to capture the low interest rate that has been offered to us. And so we need to be able to respond to this one fairly quickly, and we could not wait until the the April 14th meeting for this to get on the agenda. Again, as Liz requested, do any of you have any questions at all for Liz or for the city manager?
I have none.
I have
Okay.
none.
All right. Patricia?
Absolutely.
Jason? Okay. Hearing none, is there a motion to approve resolution number, pardon me, I'm off my page.
1432. Yep.
Resolution number 1432. Is there a motion to approve resolution number 1432?
This is Patricia Youngman, and I would like to make a motion to approve Resolution 1432, authorizing finance of the project and refinancing of an outstanding borrowing.
Is there a second?
And this is Janet Hutchison. I'll second.
Thank you, Janet. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 1432. Are there any concerns, questions that people would like to raise before we take a vote? Hearing none, I'll go in the order of that I called off your names in the beginning. Vote aye or nay for yes and no. Jason Beebe.
Aye.
Patricia Youngman.
Aye.
Gail Merritt.
Aye.
Teresa Rodriguez.
Aye.
Janet Hutchison.
Aye.
And Jeff Papke, are you with us? No, Jeff. And the mayor votes aye. So we have a majority. We do not have unanimous with Jeff gone, but the resolution passes. Let's move on then to resolution number 1433, a resolution extending the local state of emergency as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Forrester.
Yeah, we just want to bump this out a few more weeks in line with what we see happening at the state and federal level. Our existing one, under current conditions, expires at the end, I believe, on the 12th.
Correct.
And we recognize that we're not going to be on the other side of this issue within that time frame. We can certainly move it out again, but this moves it out, gives us some time to see where we're at in the next week into the May time frame. So that's the reason to make this change and stay in this situation we have with a declared emergency.
The other concern is that the emergency declaration expires prior to our next council meeting, and so having this special meeting, we can extend before the expiration. Jared Reed, did you have any comments to make on this one?
Just briefly to echo City Manager Forrester, the new expiration date is on April 30th of 2020, which will allow the council to get back on a regular schedule with the emergency declaration, so we can take this up again on the 28th of April. Federal guidelines right now have the emergency extending into May. Nevertheless, the city can revisit this on the 28th of April can extend an additional 30 days if needed. As these are emergency powers, it's important that there's a shelf life put on them and that they're reviewed regularly by the governing body.
Thank you. Do any of the councilors have any questions about this resolution extending the extending the emergency
Declaration.
the emergency declaration? Hearing none, would anyone like to make a motion to approve resolution number 1433, a resolution extending the local state of emergency as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, the emergency declaration? Should that state declaration in it? Emergency state or just state of emergency? Is there a motion to approve?
This is Janet. I'll make a motion. I'll move to approve Resolution 1433, a resolution extending the local state of emergency as a result of COVID-19 pandemic.
Janet, thank you. Is there a second?
This is Teresa. I'll second that.
Teresa Rodriguez, thank you very much for your second. Again, on any questions, concerns, anxieties? Hearing none, I will call a vote. And again, we'll do this on a roll call basis. Jason?
Aye.
Patricia Youngman?
Aye.
Gail Merritt?
Aye.
Teresa Rodriguez?
Aye.
Janet Hutchison?
Aye.
Jeff Papke? Jeff hasn't caught up with us yet. And the mayor votes aye as well. So the motion passes, and the declaration will be extended until April 30th. At this point, do any of you have any concerns or issues or comments you would like to make about what's going on in town, or concerns that you would like to have raised for the next council meeting?
This is Teresa Rodriguez. Just a real quick positive note. I have an American flag that when I set up my grandson's workstation for school, I put that there, and we've been saying the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. So I posted that on Facebook, that if anybody knew of an organization that could gather enough flags for the students to have at their home desks, I thought that would be a really neat idea. Seth Crawford called me yesterday afternoon, and the county is going to purchase those flags and work with the superintendent, Dr. Johnson, to figure out a way to get those distributed to the children's homes. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Teresa, thank you. Thank you very much. That is cool.
Also, Steve, I have another comment, and I don't know how we can do this, but all the quilters in the area are making face masks. It's just an absolutely lovely thing to see. The hospital's getting face masks. They're all being made, and if we could get some sort of recognition for them at the next meeting, that would be wonderful, too.
I think that's a good idea. By the way, I am wearing a face mask all of the time that I'm outside in going into other businesses and whatnot, and I encourage all of you to do that, as well as all of the community as well. So, thank you, Patricia. Any other comments?
So this is Janet. So I just wanted to ask Dale how him and his staff are doing amongst this COVID-19, and if they're getting real stressed over it.
Dale. Chief?
Well, first, thank you very much for asking that question. Yeah, there's an underlying stress with the contacts that we're making. We've limited them to a certain extent, but we have, a lot of the kids that are kind of getting out and about in the evenings we posted on that we're concerned with, because a lot of them can have asymptomatic on their, if they are sick, and expose our officers without them knowing. We've broke our response to this pandemic into 3 phases, and we're in phase 1 right now, which is giving all the officers basic PPE, and they have the option to wear it at this point. And as we begin to see more cases In Crook County, that'll switch to phase 2, which will be mandatory for them to wear on all contacts. But there is an underlying concern that our citizens have been real good. They're calling in when they can. They're being very supportive when we're out in the streets. So it's always a positive thing when we work within our community.
That's great.
Chief,
Thanks,
thank you.
Dale.
Thanks, Janet. Thanks for bringing that up.
Mhm.
Any other comments or concerns? Pretty quiet out there. Steve, did you have any last comments that you needed to make or wanted to make?
I do not.
Okay. Well, with that, if there's nothing else to come before the council, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. This is Teresa Rodriguez.
Teresa,
And
thank you.
I'll second it. Patricia?
Tricia, thank you very much. I guess I'll just go through it. Jason?
Aye.
Patricia?
Aye.
Gail?
Aye.
Teresa?
Aye.
And Janet, I already called you. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't.
Lost my place on my list.
No, you no.
I did not call you.
You did not call me. Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. And the mayor says aye, and we're adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.